Back with another movie review. This time is live for the movie out of theater reaction for the movie Mickey 17, directed by Bong Joon-Ho. And read you kind of like what this article I got from Screen Rant. It says, I can't believe how much Bong Joon-Ho and kind of Mickey 17, it plays off as a disposable employees on an expedition who well, I'll just read a little bit more further down. So, Mickey 17, Bong Joon-ho's highly anticipated follow-up for the Best Picture winner Parasite is based on the 2022 sci-fi book titled Mickey 7 by Edward Ashton. However, the movie changes an extraordinary number of characters and plot details from the point of where it's difficult to call Mickey 17 a true adaptation of Mickey 7 at all. And the premise is the same as Robert Pattinson's Mickey Barnes is designated as a expendable for a starship colony of an alien planet called Nifheim. Mickey volunteers for the role to get out of financial debt to the nefarious loan shark Darius Blank back on Earth. Going into this movie, I really do like the way that it kind of details and depicts what's happening in today's culture. As he basically is assigned on this mission and signed on this expedition designated to from the Expendables program, as I read, and also in the movie he kind of goes on this hunt, and he goes out and starts to kind of like recall and retell him going to different ways. Also, I'll read a little bit more. How does Mickey 17 change how many multiples there are in Mickey 18's personality? So the book in Mickey 8 wasn't as aggressive and violent as Mickey 18 is in the movie. So Mickey 17 added 10 more previous iterations of Mickey than the book Mickey 7. While there were some similarities in how the earliest versions of Mickey died, there were additional versions, 13 and 16 in the movie, that were using the lab rats and biohazardous viruses, radiations exposure, and they like to develop vaccines. Nasha did say with the early Mickey as they died in the lab, but she never went through the actual tank to hold him as he died. Is portrayed in the film. In addition, no Mickey had his hand severed while his repairing starship as seen in the film, which has made a memorable cinematic scene. And let me give you guys a quick synopsis of what I was saying about the movie as well. A disposable employee is sent on a mission. A human expedition to colonize the ice world, Nifheim, and after one iteration dies, a new body is regenerated with most of his memories intact. So yeah, he goes on this mission to try to talk to other animals and in order for them to be saved lives, and being portrayed and played as Kenneth Marshall, played by Mark Ruffalo, is more this evangelist pastor through the film, and he does human experiments, also cloning, and as you can see, one of the aspects involved with cloning of another person, which ended up happening to be him. It ended up happening to be Mickey Barnes himself, another clone. And as you can see in the film, both were talking to and communicating with animals in the film. They were with sign languages as well. And on this expedition, and through this program called the Expendables. And if he fails on this side mission, repairing the starship and repairing in this film, and if things go wrong in the film where he kind of doesn't repairing a starship on time, and does it and it doesn't do it in a timely manner, in a timely fashion, things go bad and things go unnoticed and go unchecked and go unprepared. And so they use these people through this expendable program as from viruses, test subjects, and lab rats, and kind of spokes on a little bit more in today's society, in today's culture, of how we are used, like, for people's own personal gain, people's own like funding of some sort of agenda, some sort of personal gain for their own representative of their own benefits. And so it gives off just the repair and the indication that, you know, lives could be on the line, you know, people's jobs, people's jobs and scenarios and things like that could be on the line. Um, and if you don't do things correctly or in order or attack, you will might not end up make it out of the situation that you've come up in. Um, so going into more detail with it, so as Mickey 18 himself, who is essentially supposed to be equivalent of Mickey 8 in the book, his personality is completely different, as he was more aggressive, violent, and mean than in the book Mickey 8. Mickey 7 book stresses the idea of Mickey as one true identity being replicated, with Mickey 8 virtually being an exact carbon of Mickey 7, including his personality. Mickey 17 so each Mickey had different moves, behaviors, and personalities, which made Mickey 18 different from Mickey 17. And in the book, Mickey 8 mostly hung out in their room and absolutely did not try to assimilate Marshall. Also, the person in the film, which also is one of the girls that was also captured in the film, Nasha, and also Kai, who were also test subjects and lab rats through also with this program in the Expendables program with Mickey 17, with Mickey Barnes. Um, and they're also very different as well in the film. So Nikki was a plot, and Kyle named Cat was betrayed by the Mickeys in the book. Nasha was a plotter in the book and not a security guard. In the beginning of the book, Nasha communicates with Mickey after he falls into a creeper hole through a telepathic like instant messenger through their retinas, and one of several technologies not featured in the movie. And Mickey tells her not to save him after Timo, who was named Berto in the book, has already left him for dead. Ka, who was named Cat Shin in the book, rated Mickey 7 and Mickey 8 out of Marshall and offered himself to become the new expendable in this place. Dorothy and Yafa were added in the movie and were not discussed whatsoever in the novel. And Timo, who was played by Steven Yeun, his backstory is different, as you can see in Mickey 17 that didn't sell Ozzel full. Berto was also an all-star athlete who Mickey bet against and who was not exactly the oxy dealer. And Timo was a similar backstory to Mickey in the film, as they both ran into financial trouble with Darius Blank after investing in a failed Maricon business. And in the book, Berto was a successful pogball player who Mickey bet against in the tournament, and which ended up costing Mickey all of his money. Berto never faced the financial hardship like Mickey did. Initially, Berto did not sell undilated Ozful cartridges in the book, and in fact, Ozful was used for flamethrowers in Mickey 17, and it's not a part of Mickey 7 whatsoever. So yeah, the movie kind of doesn't always attach itself through the book Mickey 7, directed by Edward Ashton. It really is trying to portray more or less the things what happened, what's going on with, the human condition, what's going on with just overall just societal aspects. It's a political satire, um, political satire, comedy, more or less, and it has elements of that which are really funny and really, really cold. It has some really good one-liners in the beginning, the first two acts. I feel like the third act, the comedy really kind of didn't all the way land to me. It kind of revolved itself more or less, being more sci-fi, being more serious, being more assertive in its clear-cut message, knowing how much of these things could happen, when you're on these, when you're in these programs, when you're a part of political state, because towards the second act, we get to see all of what this, of Kenneth Marshall, played by Mark Ruffalo, who plays a really good role in the movie as this evangelist, kind of like pastor, and then his wife, played by Toni Collette, who is just as worse, if not even more worse than what her husband, Kenneth Marshall, could ever ever be in the film as well, man, because they both have their own agendas and their own games, trying to hold these people to do this program, do this expendables program. These people that was they use as lab rats, as test subjects, as dummies, basically, for their own merit in this world, in this ice world that they try to, like, you know, get them assigned towards. And then towards the end of the film, you see like it was more of agenda based, from pro marshals, anti marshals having a discussion, having a meeting, and they cannot agree on the terms. Then they end up destroying this virus that was this biohazardous virus, and this device that was through the program, that was pretty much on detonation. So, but yeah, man, I really enjoyed this movie. I thought that this movie really was thought-provoking, very insightful, powerful message, and a really good story overall, and stuff that does not really get explained enough into today's uh, culture and climate of affair in movies at all. This stuff does not get explained that very well. Um, I don't necessarily compare this to any of his previous films, Memoirs of Murder or Parasite, um, any of those films, because they're completely different than what this film is. And I really think that he was very distinctive. Bong Joon-Ho was very distinctive in trying to tell a different story from the books and from the creators of the books, the authors who wrote it. And he was trying to tell a different story and a different message, and really capture the audience and really gravitate us into really exploring and adventuring the world and seeing of just dirty capitalism and colonizing and colonialism as well, man. So I really enjoyed this movie. Tell me what you guys think about it in the chat room and down in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching, and I am out. Peace. Also, let me know if you want to do more movie reviews like this, where I'm breaking down and the article and breaking down, the story from the book, separating it from the book and the movie. You want me to do more videos like this, just let me know. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.